Clifford. Now we have the rise of Clifford. Alright, continue the... Explain to me why Yu-Gi-Oh! So, yes.
I was gonna say another deck that was really like cringe was Draco's.
Dracos.
Dracos.
No
So
idea what it
Dracos.
is.
So Dracos are a fun deck. Think Monarchs,
Mm,
but they can use their extra deck. And instead of having to tribute monsters to summon them, you can tribute spells and traps instead.
right.
So it's basically better than Monarchs in every conceivable fucking way. And to top
I
it all
don't
off,
remember. Did I say I was going to be nice to everybody with Clifford, or I was just going to be the biggest asshole? I think I said I was going to be a massive douche, right?
yeah,
Yeah, massive douche
as you
time.
should.
As I should. Yeah. So Dracos, they're monarchs, but they can use the extra deck and tribute spells and traps, basically.
Yes.
Now, why is that?
So, are you asking
It's
why is
quite
that better?
interesting. Yeah.
Well, for one, it's better because of the fact that you have access to an extra deck, so you can make Xyz, Links,
Mhm.
Synchros, Fusions, all the shebang, shaboom.
Is there I mean, it's
So
better
that
in
means you
terms of the
automatically have more
options,
options than Monarchs.
but is there things that you can do with it that are like inherently kind of broken?
Well, there's the fact that you can use the. Remember those very beautiful floodgate cards I was telling you about that
Mm.
are in the spell and trap zone that can hinder you
Mhm.
as well as the opponent. You contribute those to summon your monsters.
So you can use them to prevent your opponent from doing the things, and then instead of keeping them, you can just tribute them on your turn,
Yes,
and then
to
you
make
can do
big
your
monster
things. Right? Because I was trying to
that
figure out
also have
how, like,
effects.
in the concept of floodgating, because I've just been introduced to this concept basically. I was trying to figure out, like, how can I use this deck? But that makes sense if you can play it and then just tribute it afterwards.
Yes, yeah,
Hmm.
that's the whole
That
point
is
of the floodgate of the Draco deck is that you can play floodgates, then
mhm.
tribute the floodgates to summon your monsters, and then go into an extra deck play to OTK your opponent when they couldn't play shit.
Right. So it's better than the Monarchs at being the Monarch deck, but it's also
Yes,
better than the Monarchs at floodgating.
yes.
Interesting.
It's better in literally every single conceivable way,
So it's Monarch
other than
deck,
having the name Monarch in their name.
right? It's it's Monarch deck, but it's less bricky because Monarch decks can get pretty bricky,
Yes,
and you can floodgate even harder.
yes. Even when you brick, your deck is probably filled to the brim with floodgates. So even by bricking, your brick is probably just a bunch of floodgates that can say your opponent bricked too.
Right.
And then your turn comes back around, and you get an actual card that works, and so you can just play off of that.
Right.
It's it's super fucked.
Trying to remember what I'm fucking. I leveled up my wrestling sweeps. Okay. Oh, I guess I did. Cool. Okay, yeah, so Cliff is basically just gonna be a cardio machine and a defense machine. Got it. Who needs offense?
Offense is a foreign term to me. I don't know what that means.
I haven't really played this game since the last time I streamed it,
Hmm.
so I'm a little rusty, but it should be fine.
It's fine.
So what other perk do I wanna? strikes consume less stamina, and 3, 4, and 5 is probably gonna be good later, but I don't need it now because there is no round 4 and 5 yet for me. Because I'm not in main events. Hmm. Mm. Should do that. Who am I fighting? I'm already fighting. Okay. I'm already fighting number 9 ranked Kevin Holland, apparently.
Wow.
Who did I only have 6 fights and I'm already fighting a guy ranked number 9? Okay. Oh, I'm already ranked. I'm already number 15. Yo, I'm fucking schmoovin'.
Yo, schmooze, my guy.
So you're telling me I can knock people out in the first round and it takes me like 15 fights before I'm ranked, but when I just pound people to a decision, move up fast as fuck. I'll take it.
You still winning by decisions, my guy?
Yeah, they've all been decision.
Hell yeah.
I'm trying to. So here's the tough thing.
Okay.
I will not physically be able to get to become the greatest of all time in this career because I need finishes to be able to do that. Because there's this thing called performance bonuses. Performance bonuses refers to either knockout or submission of the night, which means I'd have to get finishes. So I can get the record for UFC fights, UFC wins, fight of the night, consecutive wins, consecutive title defenses, and 2 division champions. Wait. No, okay, I can. I counted wrong. I thought that was only 5 things for some reason, but it is 6 things. I can be the greatest of all time. This is fine.
I was gonna say, I think we had this discussion before. You should be able to.
I'm tired, right? I'm not. Brain no work good. Yeah,
It
this
be
is
like.
fine. What did I get for customization last time? I had a ton of notifications on my shit that I didn't. I have a new shirt, apparently. I have a shark. I got a shark shirt. Oh my
Oh my
god.
god. Bum 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 bum.
Fuck it. Let's wear that shit. It takes it off during the fight, I think. Hopefully. Now the question is, do I want to wear the jean shorts still? I do love a good short. Yep. Fuck it. Shorts it is. So is there any other decks you can think of that are pretty nifty?
Let's see. Or some other scummy decks. I guess there's Thunder Dragons. I honestly don't know too well how Thunder Dragons play, but I understand that they are annoying and
Mm.
that people don't like them.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, let's see. Honestly, I'm having trouble thinking up. As weird as it sounds, I'm having trouble thinking up of scummy decks that we haven't talked about in the past.
That's fair.
Speed, timing, reaction. That's the goal today. Man, your next opponent is going to be no match for you. I love the control there. Nice work. Beautiful.
Oh shit, I've actually kind of got to be careful not to hurt my sparring partner.
More of those.
This is fine.
Okay?
Nah, it's fine.
Yes, that's it. Keep those combos coming. 30 seconds. Let's go. Good. Soften her up.
Soften her up. Apparently my sparring partner is a her.
Yes, keep doing that.
Alright. You got a nice beard for a woman.
Nice. Wrestling base.
Got that for a little boy.
You know, there is also an entirely separate conversation about Yu-Gi-Oh! When it comes to the anime.
Oh yeah,
And
all
how
the
scummy
times they
Yugi is in
cheat.
the anime.
Oh yeah, the amount of cheaters in Yu-Gi-Oh! In the show is amazing.
I mean, we've talked some about Yugi cheating, but not really other people cheating. So, as someone who has not watched the anime, I know basically nothing.
I'm trying to think of some like. I know we've talked a lot about Yugi cheating. I'm trying to think of other like instances of other characters cheating.
Hmm.
I know there's been a lot of instances where like protagonists will use cards that didn't previously exist.
Right.
And when I
They'll
say
like
didn't previously
introduce a new
exist,
card.
yeah, like oh, they won't just introduce a new card. No, they will literally manifest a card out of the ether.
Here we go.
Like
Right.
they will pull. I remember there was one instance
Get heavy
where
in
a
there.
protagonist was like drawing a card, right? They drew a card that was borderline useless to them. And through
Hmm.
the power of anime and unicorn farts, they managed to turn it into a completely different card while also revealing the card to their opponent that is currently being changed.
Your next
Hmm.
opponent is going to
So
be
they're
no
actively showing their opponent how they're cheating and then activating the card.
So an example of that.
What's up?
So give me an example of that.
Oh no, that's just straight up what happened in the show one time.
nice timing. I like
So
it.
what card? And do they use a card that like will end up being
So,
introduced later into the game, or is it just they use a
oh yeah,
card
no,
that doesn't exist?
so these are so it was a card that did a similar effect to the one it already did, but just better.
Right.
Right on
So like
target.
he drew a card that he
Great job.
couldn't that he could
That's the
technically
vibe.
use, but it wasn't gonna do any good for him. It was like a rank up card for a sea something, right? He showed the
Hmm.
card that he drew to his opponent, showed how it changed into a completely different card, and then activated it to then allow him to summon a monster that also previously did not exist.
So he brought it out and then claimed it was an entirely different card. And then used that
Yes.
to do something that he couldn't do because it didn't exist.
Yes.
What?
This same character also possesses an ability called, and I quote, Shining Draw, where in his monologue of explaining how Shining Draw works, fully explains how it is completely cheating. Because he explains that in the heat of a moment, a true duelist can draw the exact card he needs for any situation. So basically, Shining Draw just enables him to pull any card that both does and doesn't exist out of the ether to help him win.
So he
So if
just
he initiates
uses
Shining
a
Draw,
card
he
that
wins.
says, I can just pick whatever card I want now.
Oh no, it's not even a card. He just does it.
Oh. So he has that, and it's just basically like a blank
It's
card that
it's
he can
essentially
just...
a superpower he
Right.
has, where he can just, whenever he comes to his turn, if he initiates this draw, he immediately wins that turn because he gets the exact card he needs.
Right.
Even if it doesn't even exist yet, he gets the exact card he needs.
Right.
It's such bullshit.
All right. I want to see you kill it today.
By that same logic, he could play a card he's already played once and doesn't have any more copies of.
Oh, you look like
So
a
it's basically just a
champion.
blank card that he can put whatever ability he wants to on it, whether it exists or not.
Strikes there.
Yes. Yeah, no, it's entirely bullshit. And he can do it whenever he fucking wants. At least once a duel. I think he's done it like twice in a duel once.
Twice in the same duel.
Come on now.
Yeah.
Control that.
So this isn't even an ability that he can use like once per duel. It's like he
Yeah.
has multiple of these things in his deck.
Nice
Yeah.
job. Nice.
It's not even a thing in his, and again, it's not even a thing in his deck.
It's
He just does it.
It's a superpower.
Yeah.
He's like,
it's a-
I can just
it
do
is a
this thing now.
Don't stop now. 30 on the
He has been gifted the power of Yu-Gi-Oh! God to say, during this turn, I win. And here's why.
Because protagonist power.
Because protagonist power. Yes. It is so bullshit.
Nice work today. That was some good control from the top. And there you can dictate.
There's one character who is able to summon a monster that previously did not exist. But at least in his sense, it was less cheaty, but it was still cheaty.
Less cheaty.
He didn't just say, I can draw the exact card I need, whatever I want, but instead was able to create the ultimate boss monster for his deck by driving fast enough and believing in his friends hard enough.
Right.
And he was able to manifest an entirely new boss monster for his deck. Again, just out of unicorn farts and friendship. It's amazing. The things protagonists can do with their
pretty good.
bullshit powers.
I see nothing wrong
And
with this.
when I say this was a boss monster, I mean this was a fucking boss monster. It had like god card stats to negate once and then float into another Omni negate afterwards. It could attack multiple times in one turn. It was a fucking beefy ass bitch.
Damn.
And I said it could attack multiple times. I don't just mean like attack multiple monsters. No. If you cleared the board and still had more attacks, you could attack directly for 4K. Just immediately.
Just attack for 4K.
Yeah.
Just because you feel like it.
Yes. It is unbelievably broken.
You're just like, hey, I'm gonna attack and win now. And then you attack and
no,
win.
pretty much.
Let's go.
And how many life points do you have in Yu-Gi-Oh?
8,000.
Right. Yeah, I thought
Well,
that was the
in a
case.
normal game, but in the show, it's only 4,000.
Oh.
So you could attack your opponent directly for game.
So you just attack and win.
Scramble there.
Yes.
Neat.
Great job.
I am beating the
It is
fuck out of
such
this
a
man.
broken card.
It's gonna be no match for you.
Let's see.
You just attack and win because fuck your opponent.
30 to go.
Mm-hmm.
Show me. Hey, keep going. He's got nothing against.
See, there was one time in GX, which is my favorite version of the show, where the protagonist was dueling one of his buddies who got brainwashed, right? And when his buddy got brainwashed, he replaced all of the cards in his deck with a bunch of new cards that were evil. So to snap him back into his senses, he dueled his brainwashed friend with all of his old cards.
Mm-hmm.
And he used them to like make him realize, like, hey, this is the real deck you like, not that dumb bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
And by like the 90% mark in the duel, when the protagonist is getting his ass whooped, he's like, the dude finally like snaps out. He's like, yeah, I do like those old crappy cards, not this evil bullshit. Give me those. So he plays a card that swaps their decks. That swaps their decks, hand and field, so now he's playing his old deck, and his opponent is playing his evil deck. And at first, this sounds like a bullshit card.
Uh-huh.
But what makes it more fun is when he does this, he actually does this to make himself lose. Because by swapping his evil monster to his opponent's field and then destroying it, he takes burn damage equal to that monster's attack points and loses
And
the
it kills
game.
him.
He basically played that card to commit suicide. And also to
Well, you see,
spite the
the card was
protagonist
evil,
for
so-
dare playing any cards in his own deck.
It all makes perfect
Oh, it was
sense, you see.
beautiful.
Bag and heavy punches.
It's so stupid, but I love it. Let's see. There was also the time in GX where the protagonist had a card that basically acted like Shining Draw. It was like a prototype Shining Draw.
Right.
But it was an actual card form and not just a fucking superpower the person could play on the fly.
Match for you.
Basically, he had to have a very specific monster in his graveyard, which was Winged Karibo. He played this card, Philosopher's Stone. And if he played Philosopher's Stone, he could turn Philosopher's Stone into any spell card in his deck that he'd wants, and then return Philosopher's Stone to the deck.
Mm-hmm.
And if he plays it 3 times, it becomes a completely different spell card that is basically, hey, if you control this one very specific fusion monster, very specific to heroes, which only you play, you win the game.
20 to go.
Mm-hmm.
It was very dumb and very cheesy. But seeing as how it was an actual card that was made and printed,
Mm-hmm.
I consider it less cheaty and more just dumb. It's like, why does this card exist? Why would they make this?
So he's not cheating. They're just dumb. Konami, that is.
Yeah.
Konami, you're just dumb.
Funny enough, they changed the way it works in the way like they use it in the actual card game. So I think if I remember correctly, you still have to have Winged Karibo in the graveyard.
Mm-hmm.
But you can basically activate it, and if you do, you have, I think it like halves your life points, and then you can add any fusion card from your deck to your hand that you want, and then if you've activated 3, you get like some beneficial effect after.
Mm-hmm.
Let me look it up real quick. trying to remember. It's a very phasey memory from the actual card, but the show, it just made it absolutely cheese-tastic. And he only used it for one duel, too. That's the best part. He used it once and then never again.
Interesting. What do I wanna?
Let's see.
Oh yeah, because I got hurt. I gotta do that. Cardio up, sure.
Okay, here it is. So it's actual, like, real-life effect. If you have a winged Karibo monster in your graveyard, pay half your life points, add 1 polymerization or fusion spell from your deck to your hand. If this card is in your graveyard, you can banish 3 copies of itself from your graveyard, then target 1 monster on the field. It gains attack equal to the attack of the monster on the field with the highest attack, your choice of tide, until the end of this turn.
Wow.
It's so dumb.
That's tough.
Let's see, other cheesy duels. Other cheesy duels. There's so many I can think of. There's the time when the Arc 5 protagonist literally created the pendulum summoning mechanic out of his asshole.
Mm-hmm.
He had an entire hand of cards that you can visibly see what they are and what their effects are and what they look like. And at one point during the duel, he just gets so hyped off of his own ass fumes and fucking mushrooms that they basically just transmutate into completely different cards.
What?
Yes. And not only do they transmutate into different cards before his very eyes, and he's completely confused on how they do this, but he also completely understands how to use them for this one duel only, and then plays them perfectly, winning the duel in one turn, and then immediately as the duel ends, he completely forgets how they work.
This
has to
whole
go through
show
a training montage
is not
to
about a
train
card
himself
game.
how to use them.
This is not about a card game. This is about sleight of hand. This is a show of con artists competing to prove who the best con artist is.
Oh man, it's so dumb.
Caw.
Let's see.
Clifford
He's
flying away is so
he's
good.
also one who pulls cards out of his asshole. He will often just create an entirely new monster on a whim for his extra deck. For example, right? At one point in the show, a person who he's like vaguely aware of gets beaten in a duel in front of him, and for some reason, this very specific duel, the guy fucking dies. All right?
He dies, got it.
But when he's dying, the protagonist, who, might I remind you, they haven't even shared a pleasantry with. They haven't even said hi to it before this day. Before he's dying. He lets the protagonist absorb his essence and gives him his boss monster card from his extra deck. Right? Now, this seems all fine and dandy, right? He gets a new boss monster for his deck, whatever. 2 duels later, he summons both his boss monster and the boss monster he got from his, from this dude he fucking sponged up into his heart ether. And then fucking Frankenstein Amalgamor fuses them together to make a new boss monster out of thin air. It's either he made this card out of thin air, or for some reason, he had a card in his deck that required him to combine two monsters, one of which did not even belong to his dimension. It was
Interesting.
that was another thing. This character that fused with him came from an entirely different universe. He had to make a boss monster. He had to play a card from his deck that required a monster from another universe to summon it.
Mm-hmm.
It's either that or he just made this shit out of his ass. Those are the only two explanations as to how this card came to be.
Mm-hmm.
It's so dumb. So yeah, no, Yu-Gi-Oh's a very fun and interesting game, and the show is even more interesting.
It does sound very interesting.
See, there's one guy in the same version of the show who changed decks like 4 times. He started off with like a one of a kind deck that I don't even think has any cards for it printed to this day.
Mm-hmm.
He went from that to Monarchs, which was a terrible idea. He went from that to I think like it was like a Tenyi deck, like a spirit deck that like floods the board with monsters and then bounces cards back at the end of the turn.
Mm-hmm.
And it had a couple Pendulum cards in it, which was really interesting. And then he went from that to Abyss Actors, which are such a funky ass deck.
Mm-hmm.
It's like basically it's like supposed to be the like rival version of the protagonist's archetype deck.
Mm-hmm.
And he uses like a bunch of Pendulum cards, right? And they're all called Performapals. So Abyss Actors, it makes sense. It's like actors, performers, but a little different. But these things rely on building one monster. Pendulum summoning out one level 7 monster, and then playing a bunch of cards that use effects specifically for that boss monster for only one turn.
Mm-hmm.
And when I say the effects for one monster for one turn, I don't mean they're like overly busted effects. I mean they boost its attack by 800 until the end of the turn.
Right.
And he has to search them on summon. This is by far one of the dumbest decks for Pendulums I've ever heard in my life. It's
Does
so
sound very
bad.
dumb.
Let's see. This one's actually not a cheating duel. In the same sense of like all the other duels. But it's just very interesting.
Mm-hmm.
There is in another GX one, which is my favorite. There is a duel between 2 characters. The first one is told, "Hey, for those who are watching and not aware of what GX is, it's a Yu-Gi-Oh show, but where the characters are attending a school to learn how to play Yu-Gi-Oh, right? The first character is told by the school like supervision, like, hey, if you've had a really bad rate of win-loss ratios here,
Mm-hmm.
so we'll give you one chance to stay at our school in the dorm you're currently in. You either A, beat this guy and win, or B, you lose to this guy and we dock you down to the lower level dorms. And in the school, each of the dorms are basically kind of like a class system, where the higher the dorm level you're in, the better you are, and the better you're treated as well. And he's currently in the highest one, based almost solely off of the fact that he paid his way in. So he's kind of panicking. He's going up against this dude who's known to be very smart, and so he thinks, oh, well, he can't duel me if he doesn't have a deck. So I'll break into his room while he's out and toss his deck into the water. And all of his cards will be ruined. He'll have to forfeit the duel, and I'll win by default. Then I'll get to stay in the dorm. For one, this is a terrible fucking idea. Because knowing the school staff, they would probably just say, yeah, no, we'll just find you a new guy to duel instead. And B, even if that did work, you will have made a public enemy number one of this guy, and as soon as he'll either A, find an entirely new deck and come for you at a later date, or B, he'll be a normal person and beat the shit out of you.
That is a possibility.
But somehow neither of these came to be. Because when he tossed this dude's deck into the ocean, for one, he's also denying that he did it. He claims that he doesn't know what happened. And the guy shows up and he's like, oh no, it's fine, don't worry. Because a true duelist always comes prepared. And when he rips his school vest off, he reveals he basically has army pockets upon army pockets of multiple decks that he has prepared in advance for this specific situation.
Oh my god. What a fucking Chad.
I'm talking, this dude has like 12 pockets per side of his vest, filled with decks. And when he does this, he pulls one of them out, duels the first guy, whoops his ass, and the dude just decides, I'm done, and drops out. It's just so goofy. So like, yes, there was a cheat that occurred during the for the duel, but it wasn't during the duel, it was beforehand, and unlike every other occasion, he still lost.
Damn.
Oh man. But it's okay. That dude later comes back and becomes one of the best characters of the entire show.
Interesting.
Not just in terms of like being a character, but also like one of the better duelists in the show. He goes on like a whole training arc where after he left the school, he washes up at a completely different school. And they tell him, yeah, we'll let you in, but you have to pass our initiation. First, go out into the literal tundra outside of our school and find as many useless-ass cards as possible to build a deck out of. Which he does. He does this. And he has no survival supplies on him whatsoever. They don't give him, like, a backpack with food or anything like that. He's been out there for days. Just clawing through ice to pull cards out of glaciers. I kid you not. He was doing that until he got 40 cards. He comes back, and they tell him, oh, good, you got all 40 cards you need. Now for you to get accepted into the school, you need to beat every single student in the school with the deck you just built.
All of them.
And he does it. With random-ass cards he pulled out of glaciers. And it's not like the other players were doing this too. No, they all had like actual structured decks, and he's beating them with giant rat beatdown. He beat 4 of them at one time with 2 cards.
Interesting.
And eventually he clawed his way to the top of that school, right? Because he proved that he was such a great duelist at that school, they then give him like the prized cards of their academy that like no one has ever seen nor touched to use in his deck. He then challenges the protagonist of the show to a tournament or a semi-tournament. It was like a one duel tournament between like their top players to see who would win a like grand prize. He plays these new cards, immediately loses, drops out of their school to rejoin the school the protagonist is in, and keeps all of those prized cards for himself.
What a Chad.
The man then proceeded to use not only those cards, but cards that weren't even in that prized collection yet, that also belonged to that archetype. So there's an entire archetype around these prized cards no one ever saw. And he just has them just in his deck for some fucking reason.
Of course he does. He's the best.
He then also has to get into a duel where the school, basically there's a situation where the school that they're attending is about to get bought out. But before it can get bought out, the owner of the school tells the people buying it, we don't believe in money here. We believe in results. So you get to pick any student in our school to duel against and set whatever guidelines you want. And if you win, you get the school. But if we win, you get the fuck out. So their headmaster's a complete dumbass, for one.
Of course.
And two, they choose the guy that we've been talking about so far and tell him that the conditions for the duel is that he cannot use monsters with more than, I think, 500 attack. He then goes up against the dudes with this new deck that he's built. And they're using like a bunch of like high attack monsters that are like a bunch of dragons and shit. They all have a bunch of synergy with each other. He swarms the field with like 4 monsters in 2 turns. And his opening field consisted of like a 400 attack monster that he is forced to summon in attack mode. He went from that to winning the duel.
Right.
And it wasn't even with spells and traps. He won specifically with those monsters. Because he is just that fucking good.
He's just a gamer.
I also like to bring up, you called him Chad earlier, right? You want to know what his name is in the dub? Chaz Princeton.
Oh my god.
It is a common meme in the community that he is called the Chaz.
Hey, I can see you're frustrated, but
The Chad.
And he has a whole mantra in the show just where he just has everyone chant Chaz it up.
Jesus Christ.
And it's like, it's not even like a joke thing. The whole show treats it as this like big motivational thing for his character. And so the entire school and like all of the bleachers will start chanting it, including the teachers, as well as other people who aren't even associated with him.
What?
That is how much influence he has by the end of the show. He is just that good.
Oh my god.
The Chaz is almighty.
He's just better.
okay, I want you to push today.
Speaking of better, I don't know if you watched any of that last fight I had, but that guy got completely kachiggered.
Hey, keep going. He's got nothing against your takedowns. Oh, you look like a champion in there. I love the
Thanks,
control
coach.
there.
I appreciate it.
There we go. Soften her up. Yes, like that. Keep going. drive there. Yes. Good. Keep going.
Let's see. He also has one of the funkiest decks in existence for a Yu-Gi-Oh character, excluding
Don't stop
Yugi
now.
himself
30 on the clock.
and maybe Joey. And the reason I claim this is because his deck combines 4 different archetypes into one,
Mm-hmm.
We're here
and none of them have any
Let's
synergy
go.
with each other
Great
whatsoever.
job today. That's what I want to see.
Mm.
Keep it busy in the clinch and working for that takedown.
The only synergy they have is after the show has been done airing and they made legacy support to force them to synergize together
Oof.
because the Chaz.
I mean, fuck it.
Let's see, what are some of the so one of his archetypes was the titular Ojamas that he was
Mm-hmm.
known to use in the show. He also has Armed Dragons, which was the one he stole from that one school. Actually,
Mm-hmm.
correction, he didn't steal them. He won them fairly, left the school, and then took them with him.
Right.
The other archetype is the what I love to refer to as the Alphabetti Spaghetti,
Mm-hmm.
where it's just a bunch of like Union machine monsters that all have some kind of alphabet letter in their name.
Mm-hmm.
And then in another Union deck, but revolving around insects, and I think they were called like Battleborgs or some shit.
Mm-hmm.
It was so wonky, and none of them had any synergy with each other. If he drew like any combination of those cards that weren't like all of one archetype, he was fucked.
Oof.
And yet he consistently won duels.
Of course.
At one point, he became the school's like ultimate champion for like their entire graduating class.
Mm.
One, because the protagonist didn't participate, and two, because he went up and challenged every single student in the school and beat them,
Mm-hmm.
Listen for my
excluding the
instructions.
protagonist.
All right, let's go.
That was how powerful and how skilled he was as a player. He may have been an absolutely shit player at the beginning of the show, but by barely halfway through season 1, he became like one of the best players the show has ever seen. And he had the worst deck possible.
Oof.
He was he was by far one of the best characters they've ever created in terms of just being able to play the game.
Now, is he better with this deck because he's cheating, or is he better with this deck because he's better?
Keep going.
Oh no, he's just better. Like, he doesn't cheat after that one time. After that one time, he doesn't really cheat anymore. He pretty much all of his duels
That's the way you
afterwards
master your
are
craft.
fair and square.
Mm-hmm.
In fact, there were times where he was going to win duels and threw them purposefully because the story basically demanded that he do it, but it was also because, like, in the show, they gave him a solid reason to.
Nice,
Right.
nice.
Like, he had game and willingly didn't go for it. He acknowledged he could do it and then said no.
Right.
Because he's that fucking good.
So he's the real protagonist of the series.
I fucking wish, dude.
How many people beat him because they're better than him?
So there's a few. One, of course, two, of course, being the protagonist, and then funny enough, he was the one guy who did the cheaty thing.
Mm-hmm.
So he lost to the one guy.
Mm-hmm.
He lost to a guy who, to be fair, the other guy was cheating because he
Right.
could control fate and control luck, so he made all of his luck-based cards rule in his
Oh.
favor and just absolutely shit on him.
Right.
Skills. It really means you dictate where the fight goes.
Let's see.
It can stay on the feet, or in a second.
He lost to one of the few female characters in the show.
Right. More of that. Let's go.
And I say it like that because of the few female characters of the show, only like one of them was actually ever really good.
Mm-hmm.
And it was that character.
Right.
Soften him up.
I don't remember if there's any other major duelists he lost to.
Hold her there.
I guess there's I guess there's the characters that he lost to because of the fact that he like was obligated that because he chose to lose to them, but they were a bunch of like one-off characters that didn't really show up afterwards.
Right.
There it is. That's the one.
And that's about as far as I can remember, really.
Stop now. 20 seconds left.
Yeah, no, that's about it.
Good job up there.
So most of his duels losses were to important characters and some throwaways because he felt like losing to them.
Take him down and get on top.
That was it.
Perfect. Nice. More of those. Okay? Oh, nice job.
Oh, there was this one guy who played using clouds, but that was it.
The next opponent is
He
gonna
lost
be
to a
no
Cloudian
match
user.
for you.
Nice.
Yeah.
Excellent job. There
Clouds
we
are
go.
honestly kind of
That's
sick.
the position we want.
I tend to forget about that duel because that was a part of that was during a time in GX where they were getting very meta and fourth wall breaky, and I was not a fan.
Right.
Perfect. 30 to go. Show me. Here we go. Keep
Other than
pressing.
that, though,
That's it.
he honestly performed extremely well.
When he was losing duels, other than the dude that was cheating and the people he threw against, was he losing because the other people were better, or was he losing because he was shit?
Honestly, most of the time it was because they just had a better play. Like, I'm not going to say because they had a better duel deck or because his deck was particularly shit.
Right.
Because during that time, a lot of players' decks were shit, including the protagonist.
Fair.
It just so happened to be that they had a
the
better
decks were
play than
bad.
him.
Right.
Like, at one point, and this one, like, at one of the duels that he was doing against the protagonist, this one's not even really cheating, but it was just kind of, like, very unfortunate for him that it happened to go this way. He dueled the protagonist, and before this duel started, there was, like, this big hype about a bunch of, like, new cards coming into the card shop on the school. And they all got snatched up before anyone could buy them, right?
And get that position.
No one knows who bought them.
Once we're close enough,
Right.
take down.
The Chaz runs into one of the teachers, who actually was the one who bought all the cards, and told Chaz,
Nice.
hey, I'll give you all of these super rare cards that are really cool
Yes. Nice position.
for you to use against the protagonist, Jaden. And whether you win or lose, you get to keep them. But I just want to give them to you so that you can beat his ass, because I don't like this kid.
Right.
He goes against the dude, and doesn't find out until after he's built this amazing monster that can change his opponent's battle position when he attacks, banish a card once per turn, and all this other crazy shit. He builds this thing
Keep those combos
and is going to attack for game, but doesn't.
Don't stop
But
now.
then finds out after, like, it's already too late, that
Drive.
the same time that he got those new cards, Jaden got 2 new cards added to his deck, that allowed him to make a winged Karibo level 10 that said, oh, during your opponent's battle phase, you can sacrifice this card, destroy one monster they control, and burn them for that monster's attack. So
Right.
he ended up losing the duel to his own boss monster because his opponent just happened to have the 2 cards needed to win.
Right.
It was not cheating on either side, really. They were just awarded very rare cards, and it happened to play out in that very specific instance that resulted in the protagonist winning.
Right.
Which is very unfortunate. Well, for Chaz. For Jaden, it was fantastic. He was like, yes, I won. Suck it, Chaz.
Right.
But for Chaz, it was a very sad day. He still cries about it afterwards.
It is very sad.
But yeah, no, he has a lot of fun moments. There was one time I told you that he lost to one of the only like female characters in the show, right?
Mm-hmm.
He lost to her because he challenged her to a duel where if he won, she had to become his girlfriend.
I want you to get the takedown and get top position. Let's be real heavy on top.
Which alone is very stupid.
Let's go. Keep pushing.
But what makes it more fun, right,
Nice time.
is that he basically blackmails her into it. Because during the part of the show that they're in, they have been constantly being threatened about this looming darkness that's going to come in and bring about these 3 monster cards of destruction if they lose
Perfect.
while holding all of these different keys that they have, right? And up to this point, they've been successful. They've basically beaten all of the different bad guys that have been sent to bring about this destruction. And they protected all the keys, they locked the keys back, everything's good to go, right? He breaks into the principal's office and steals the keys and brings them to the duel with him and shows it to her and says, if you beat me, or basically he doesn't even acknowledge this. He's just like, hey, if I win, you get to become my girlfriend. But unbeknownst to him, if he loses, he inadvertently brings about the end of the world.
Damn.
And he lost.
Damn.
But he did it for love, so he's forgiven.
Yes. Love. The only thing more important than the fucking world. And all of it. All of that can end as long as you do it for love.
It's so stupid. She has like no restraint either. She knows exactly what those keys will do if she wins, and she still whooped his ass with no restraint. I was like, this girl's got no fucking chill. I respect it.
Yeah, honestly, I respect the grind.
She's like, fuck being this guy's girlfriend. I'm kicking his ass. Oh, man.
Damn, someone on social media said the root canal is preferable to watching me fight. That's tough. It hurts my damn feelings.
It be like that sometimes.
That's crazy, because I've won fight of the night in literally all of my fights so far. I am the most entertaining fighter who has ever lived. Allegedly.
I like it.
I guess it's kind of the Mike Tyson effect. You know, Mike Tyson didn't have good ticket sales and stuff in his prime either because people knew he was going to win. I forget who the promoter was at the time, but they literally came out for a few of his fights and was like, if Mike Tyson doesn't make it out of the 3rd round, we'll refund you half of your money. Please buy our pay-per-view. And then one of the shows, they literally refunded everybody because he finished the fight in like the 1st round. It's like, fuck. Please watch our show. Cliff Ford, baby.
Yo, go Clifford! All my hopes and dreams are in you, Cliff.
Yeah. Can't believe I can get my foot up there. Damn.
That's impressive.
That was tough. He didn't knock me down, I slipped, but still. Fuck this guy, I'm taking him down. He actually blocked a transition there. Wow. What a guy.
What a lad.
Clifford, let's go.
Hey.
Sit down, bitch. Put my toes in your nose.
Yo.
Damn, I actually kind of got to be careful not to knock him out now.
You have to shuffle around him for a little bit now, huh?
I'm just hurting everything. God damn.
Careful not to break him.
I mean, he's not happy right now. Let's put him in the submission because I won't get it before the end of the round. Be safe. Fuck, he's just giving it to me. All right. He's literally just sitting still, like, please submit me.
Please make it end. Make it
Like,
end.
let me do this thing so I can stall. And he was like, yes, I get to tap out.
Please,
Beating him
God,
so
kill
bad he
me.
doesn't want to be there anymore. Just puts himself in the choke and taps out.
Could you imagine?
He's
That'd be
only
quite
hit me
the
like
entertainment,
twice
man.
this whole fight, but both times I've just eaten it. He's not done anything to me.
God damn.
That's tough. I stunned him twice, knocked him down twice, hurt his legs and his body all in that round. That's rough. He's getting shit on. Oh. I'm gonna have to fight so much different once I get to 5-round fights. Because if I do this shit, I'm definitely gonna be finishing people.
You're basically just gonna have to like throw rounds where you're just not doing anything.
Yeah. And then after kicking his ass, I put my balls on his chin. Imagine.
Dude. Rather unpog of you, my guy.
Oh. Dude, in 3 strikes, I rocked him, hurt his legs, and hurt his body.
Are you
That's tough.
serious?
I literally threw a punch to the head, a kick to the legs, and then a kick to the body, and all of it was stunned, and he just fell down.
God damn.
It's just like, please, no.
Please make it end. Please, I don't want to hurt anymore. I kind of feel bad for the guy.
This poor man.
He doesn't deserve this. But it's still fun.
It is fun. Poor guy.
Got absolutely raffle stomped, I imagine.
Yeah, he's not happy right now. God, imagine if I actually leveled up my power.
You'd be unstoppable.
30-26, so I had a 10-8 round in there. Alright. Neat. Wish I could look at the scoring after the fight.
Would be nice.
Yeah, he was not happy. Oh, they actually scored that one knockdown for him, even though I didn't get hurt. Oof. Wow, I leveled up my jab and my combinations. Nice. Cool. I don't remember if I let my cat out earlier or not. But it's storming, and if I did, he probably wants in. Earned a new contract. Let's go. Pretty sure he is outside, but he's not out back, so I don't know. If he wants in, he'll come in. New contract for Clip 4. Let's go. I think I can exit 3 fights without an injury. Fuck it. Hopefully. It's a 4-fight contract, so even if I get injured once, I'm fine. I get to shit talk the champion. Let's go.
Yo.
Fuck you, Stylebender. Who do I get to fight? Marvin Vettori. Yo, let's go. Is this a main event? No, it's not. It's just a main card fight. Alright. So only 3 rounds. I get to fight somebody that is actually tough, and I'm probably not going to have to worry about knocking out. Let's go.
Oh my god.
Marvin Vettori's ability to get punched in the face and not be affected by it is like legendary. Not that that's like you know, something I personally would like to be known for, but he's very good at just getting punched and kicked in the face and just standing there,
All right, let's get in there.
being like, "Is that all you got, pussy?"
Respectable.
Whoa, you look like a champion in there. Nice, good takedown. Come on. Get heavy.
In his last fight with Paulo Costa, at least I think it was that fight, he got kicked in the head, and it sounded like somebody hitting a home run in baseball. Just the loudest crack you've ever heard, and he just stood there and was like, "No."
Beautiful combination. Keep it up. Put the pressure on him. You got 30 seconds. Let's go. Pace yourself. There we go. Settle in the side now. There we go. Good hustle there. You timed that takedown perfectly.
I could actually probably find the clip of that kick if I don't remember if it was against Paulo Costa. I think it was. It was against Paulo Costa. Yeah, I'll train this again.
Get your opponent to the mat. From there, you dictate where the fight goes. For this drill, I want you to park on top this whole time. Hey, good job today. You really crushed it out there. Beautiful combination. Keep it up. Put the pressure on him. Awesome. Hold him there. Yes, let's keep that up. 30 to go. Show me.
So how's it going on
Don't let him
Yu-Gi-Oh?
scramble.
It's going.
Get anything good?
That's
Any
it.
good cards?
So how was
Built
that?
a deck.
You feel good? Way to
Currently
keep
What
working
kind of
for that
deck?
takedown. Single, double,
Synchro deck.
it doesn't matter.
Ooh.
Okay, I want you to push today. Give it everything you got. Let's go. More of that. Dig deep. Yes, nice position. Here we go. Let's stay busy. Good, good. Now, moving on to the next one. Keep working in there, okay? Hold them there. 30 to go. Show me. That's it. Hey, keep going. He's got nothing against your takedowns. Hey, no excuses today. It was a bad day, but don't worry.
I like how sometimes after I'm done sparring, coach is like, man, you looked great. And other times he's like, you looked like shit, you piece of shit.
Hit some leather today. I'll call it out, you throw. Remember, repetition is key, and it always pays off. So let's go. Man, your next opponent is gonna be no match for you. Come on now, 20 to go. Beautiful work today. You did awesome.
Got anything you want to talk about? Anything interesting on the mind?
Get your opponent to the mat. From there, you
Nothing
dictate where the
crazy
fight
off the
goes.
top of my
For
head.
this drill, I want you to park on top this whole time.
Hmm.
Nice timing. I love it. Man, your next opponent is gonna be no
Same,
match for you.
honestly.
Yep. Keep doing that.
Right now, I'm just trying to Yu-Gi-Oh my way through this guy.
Hmm.
He has done some very dumb maneuvers, but I will not complain.
Beautiful combination. I love it. Keep it up. Put the pressure on him. Come on now.
What kind of
Got
dumb
30.
maneuvers has he done?
Get heavy in there.
Well,
Let it
he's
bang.
summoned a monster to his field just to banish it that same turn.
Did he
For
do
no
anything
effect.
after
There we
banishing it?
go.
Oh.
Nope. He summoned it to his field with a card, and the card said at the end of the turn, banish it.
That was nice.
Oh.
And he summoned it in defense mode, so he couldn't even attack with it.
Back to that takedown.
Oh.
Yeah. He's
Wow.
not very bright.
Hmm. Yeah. I feel like sometimes the AI just completely waffle stomps you, and then other times it just does nothing.
Sometimes it just has anime protagonist powers, other times it forgets what a card is.
Yeah. What moves did I level? I leveled up my jab. Yo. I also leveled up the front kick. Yo. Where's 2 level 4 punches? Of course it does. Hmm. Hmm. Wonder how many fights it's gonna take me to get to a title shot. Because I'm moving up the rankings pretty quickly.
How much hype are you generating for Cliff Ford nowadays?
I'm getting him consistently to medium hype during the camp. The last fight, because I got fight of the night, got a big boost, and it got to high hype afterwards. So pretty decent
Yeah.
hype. Could definitely be worse.
Yeah.
Heh heh, you think I want to get a finish in this fight, you silly commentator? Oh, I done got rocked with a flying knee.
Oh my god.
He took me down. Okay. I don't know why he would take Cliff Ford down, but you know, I'll take it.
Fuck it.
If he wants to get beat up, I'll beat him up. Don't mind me, just gonna take his back. Don't want to submit him, just want the judges to think I'm gonna submit him. What the fuck am I doing with my leg? Alright. My defense was a little bit bad that round, but it's fine. I wasn't prepared for him to have that kind of power, but he does. this. And I don't want to submit him. No, I don't want to submit you. There we go. Yo, Marvin hits kind of hard. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
He's got some power. Ah. He's ready for me.
It'd be like that sometimes.
Yeah, that was a good reversal there. Good job, Cliff.
Impressive.
Had my back, and I was like, hell no. Roly-polied my way down on top of him. Started blasting him.
I like it. It's very powerful.
Indeed. I don't want to finish you. Damn, he has made Cliff Ford bleed his own blood.
How dare he? He will suffer the ultimate consequence.
He did suffer. Can confirm. Yep. Yeah, 30-27. I was actually a little bit concerned I would lose the first round because he rocked me twice, but yeah.
Just as how you made that man suffer, I have just made this NPC suffer. Suffer the loss to Neo Woe.
Is that like an anime protagonist from The Matrix? Neo-Wo?
It's I made like a Neos deck, but I tried to make it like Owu. So I was like Neo Woe.
So not The Matrix. Got it.
Nah.
Damn, that was a really grappling heavy match. I wasn't expecting to shoot takedowns on me, but
Mm.
he did. So I was like, fuck it. I try to keep it on the feet until I can't anymore because I'm going to knock him out. And then I take it to the ground. But it was a pretty interesting grappling match, though. It wasn't a bunch of just holding position. We were moving around and doing shit. Hmm. Who am I fighting? Who you got for me? Oh, I thought this was a title fight, but it's not. He lost the belt. Okay. He couldn't handle the trash talk, I guess.
You know, it'd be like that sometimes.
That's unlucky. I shit talked him and he lost his very next fight. Like, alright. I guess I'll just beat you not for the title then. Cool. Hmm. And of course the hype is low. How's the hype low? Oh, damn it. Let's do all of this shit for the hype. Yeah, because I got 6 weeks to train, so that's fine. Decision. Hype is high now. Let's go.
We're gonna time the shoot and get the takedown. Shoot and get that takedown. That's it. That's the way you put him on his back. Come on, keep going. Remember, repetition is key, and it always pays off. So let's go. That's perfect. Yes, keep doing that. Oh, nice. Excellent job. There we go. That's the position we want. Don't stop now. 30 on the clock. Beautiful combination. Keep it up. Put the pressure on him. All right. Punches and bunches from there. Come on, let's go. Nice work. I like it. You stayed heavy on top and controlled your sparring.
Hmm.
Jesus Christ, I am just getting fucking nothing.
You having
I
a
have
bad time
3
there?
fusion spells in my hand that I cannot fucking use. Because they're all copies of the same card.
That's tough. So what you're saying is you're having a great time.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Position. That's where we want to be.
What card is it you keep getting?
And work till we get there.
I've got Miracle Contact.
There we go, baby. That's a combo. Come on. Hey, good job today. You really crushed it out there.
Dang, my arm is
I
so
just
much
lost
shorter than my
because I
spine
got the
quarters.
biggest fucking brick of my life.
How big was the brick? No, I don't want to injure
I
my
had
spine.
5 cards in my hand that did nothing.
When you say they did nothing.
He's got nothing.
I mean, they couldn't play. I couldn't use any of them.
So you literally had nothing.
I had nothing.
Pinpoint.
How many cards did you place on your field over the course of the whole
30
game?
seconds.
1.
There you go.
And what was it?
Fucking Grand Mole.
Excellent job. There we go. That's the position we want.
So
I'm
that
fucking
deck is
crying
not
right now.
good.
That was horrible.
Nice work today. That was some good control from the top. From there you can dictate
So your deck
where
is
the
not
fight
good.
goes.
Not in the fucking slightest.
At least now you know.
I knew before.
You just wanted to test it.
I'm just
Make sure.
sad. I'm just sad that it went that poorly.
Yeah, I've had some bricks before. I don't know that I've ever had a game where I've only gotten one card on the field.
Today, I want to see you sharp and quick.
Could you not set like any spells and traps either? You just had nothing?
So let me correct myself. I did technically have a trap that could let me bring back Grand Mole that I played a couple times.
Your
That
next
was it.
opponent is going to be no match for you. Settle down there. Let's work.
So you had nothing.
Here we go. Shut him down. Excellent job. Yes. There we
And
go.
how many turns did the game go?
Position we want. Keep going.
13.
Wow.
Nice.
So your opponent couldn't do anything either.
Now you got 30 seconds.
It was fucking
Excellent
painful.
job. There we go. That's the position we want.
So it wasn't just like you bricked and so you lost in like 4 turns. It was like you brick and your opponent bricked, so you both just sat there.
Perfect work. I like that.
Yes.
Yo, that was good. Strong takedown. Love the way
That
you attacked
sounds
those legs
awful.
and got on top.
So how long did that game take? Because if
Like
neither of
10
you could
minutes.
place anything, it probably 10 minutes. Never mind then. I was gonna say if neither of you could do anything, it was probably just like a bunch of you like switching turns over and over. But wow. That is 10 minutes you'll never get back, my friend.
No. Never.
Are you happy you did it?
Sure. Happy's the term. That's the word we're gonna use.
Takedowns. What are we doing? That's right. go. Hey, he can't get in on you.
Well, the game is still bricky as usual. I went into another match and I'm bricking again, but this time I have 4 monsters on the board, and I'm
So-
actually kind of winning. So
Nice.
I can't complain too much.
So for this sparring session, right? I have to stay on the feet for 4 to 5 seconds, and if we go to the ground once, it's over and I lose, right?
Okay.
My opponent went into the clinch and shot a takedown. I sprawled on that takedown, and because I sprawled, we technically ended up on a position on the ground. So I lost.
Yo.
Okay, come on now. Let's get in there and get after it today. Good, good. You see? Nobody
It
can
fucking
take
happened again.
Here we go. Freestyle wrestling. DC's World of Pain. You gotta embrace the grind to be a top wrestler. And believe me, we're gonna grind today. Here we go.
Oh my god, I made a big boy.
All right,
I actually don't think this is going to be
all
possible.
right, buddy. We're gonna time the shoot and get the takedown. Shoot and get that takedown. Here we go. Baby, that's a combo. Come on. Yes, 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 yes. That sprawl was on point. Let's go.
Don't fucking... Are you kidding me? Fine, I'll just quit it. I'm not getting it anyway. Because once he gets into the clinch and he shoots the takedown, it always does the sprawl. Like, there is no other way to... I either just have to let him take me down or sprawl it, and either way we end up on the ground.
That is
tough.
unfortunate.
Just wasted 55 of my things for the week. That's tough. He's what it is.
It is what it is.
Time for some wrestling. I want you to get the takedown and get top position. Let's be real heavy on top and control our sparring partner. Let's go. More of those, okay?
I'm choosing it. I rocked him. That was fucking weird.
Okay, this is how we train to win the belt. Great job. Don't stop now. 30 on the clock.
Why was my hand through his face?
Oh, nice takedown. Yes. Let me see those combinations. Good job. So how was that? You feel good? Way to keep working for that takedown. Single.
So I should, in theory, be one fight away from the title. In theory.
In theory, yes.
And when I win the title, I'll probably end the stream there because it seems like a good spot. And then the next time I stream, I'll be the champion.
Yeah.
Yeah, that works because my first stream is basically me going until I'm ranked. So this one will be me going until I'm the champion.
Makes sense.
And then I'll do another mega stream while I'm the champion.
Let's do some heavy bag drills. Listen
I'm
for
not
my
tired, you're
call-outs.
tired.
I don't know what tired is.
Yo, same, my guy.
I've heard of it once. I think it's just some more Russian propaganda.
Hmm.
Nice, nice. Really great job today. Man, your next opponent is gonna be no match for you. To go. Show me. Man, your next opponent is gonna be no match for you.
That uppercut hit, and it leveled up my...
Good work, kid. Let's keep hitting.
Okay. I just leveled up my uppercut by missing the bag by about 3 feet.
Interesting.
Nifty. Maybe you get like a really small amount of XP just for throwing the strike.
Mayhaps.
No, I almost got hyped very high. That's fine. I got 81 points this week. That's pretty good. It's gonna get to a point where I basically have everything leveled up that I need leveled up. And I'm just like, I'm just gonna have to put the points into my power. Although I'm probably not going to, I'll probably just keep them.
Just I'd say keep them, but maybe as like a fun thing, if you reach like a certain number of points, like I forget how many average points do you usually get?
It depends per week. The way I've been training right now, anywhere from like 65 to 80 is pretty normal. Like after the fight, and then when I do all my training for the week, that's a pretty typical amount.
And then how much does it usually cost to get to go up one?
It just depends. It depends on how upgraded things are. So, like for my kick
We'll
speed
say
and
for like
kick power,
base.
since they're both already really high, like 40. But at the beginning, when things were low level, like 15.
We'll say if you
So,
manage to reach, if you reach 1,000 for whatever reason points, just invest all of them into as much stuff as you can, regardless of whether it's for offense or not.
right.
So, like, what are you at right now?
4 because I've been spending them. How much have I
Perfect.
spent so far? A lot.
Probably 1,000.
Yeah, probably close. I don't know how much. Well, let's see. Because you've started off with 150 something. I don't remember exactly how many, but like 150. I've had 9 fights. I'm getting, we'll say, 70 each fight, round number. So that's another 240 or 210, I guess. Since I've had 9 fights, or does this fight? 1, 2, 3. Or I've had 10 fights technically, because the Contender Series fight doesn't count.
Mm-hmm.
So I've had 10 fights at 70 apiece is another 700. So yeah, I've spent probably 850 points so far.
That's a lot of points.
Roughly. Like, I've spent anywhere from like 700 to 850, I would say, because there might have been a fight here and there that I only got 50 points. But I don't think I've had less than that. Cliff Ford is becoming a menace.
I believe it.
Goddamn menace to society. And now I get to beat up Israel Adesanya because he's a nerd who watches anime. Or something.
You know, it'd be like that sometimes.
Oh my god, he touched gloves with me. I wasn't expecting that. I've already knocked him down. Are you fucking kidding me? Heard, don't attack his head.
Just don't touch him.
And I rocked his body. This dude is made of fucking paper. And I rocked his leg. Are you kidding me? It's been 2 minutes, Izzy. What do you have, fucking leprosy? It honestly might be a struggle to not finish this guy.
Oof.
Hmm. I was unaware I was fighting a dude made of paper mache. But, it's gonna change the way I'm gonna fight this a little bit. I just checked a leg kick and he fell down. Are you kidding me, bro? I see now why he lost his last fight. This dude is so soft. In that round, I literally stunned him 4 times, just throwing like jabs. Alright, I can't hit his head anymore. I'm gonna knock him out. How long is this fight? Please tell me this isn't a 5-round fight. Okay, it's 3 rounds. I just got a leg injury. Well, I think it's fair to say I won.
Neat.
You know, when I started this, I didn't think I was going to be hurting people this much. Because, you know, I have no power.
Boy, were you wrong.
Yeah, it turns out you don't need power to hurt people.
You just need to be strong.
Yep. I did get injured in that fight, though, from a leg kick, Jack. That's fine. I just need to not get injured again on this contract. That'll be good. Honestly, I don't think anything happens if you fail the bonus anyway. You just don't get the bonus money. So apparently, according to the fight statistics, I shot 4 takedowns. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Do you know how many takedowns I got?
How many?
5.
Wow.
How, though?
Magic.
90-day medical suspension for leg contusion. What? Alright. Well, I'm out for 90 days then. What kind of fight am I getting offered? What? What? So I should be the number 1 ranked guy who had just lost the title. They're offering me the number 12 ranked guy. Is he even coming off of a win? He's coming off of a win, I guess. I don't want to decline this fight, but I'm going to. Giving me a fight with the number 2 guy. Yeah, that's fine. Whatever. Any truth to it, fuck you. Fuck you again. Taunt the fuck out of you. Get shit on. I get injured all the time in training. Yeah, I can get a sponsorship. $10,000 per fight, for sure.
Attack the legs, take them down, and get on top. All right? Man, your next opponent is gonna be no match for you. Keep pushing. Keep pushing. Beautiful combination. I love it. Keep it up. Put the pressure on him. Yes, just like that. I like that level change. Nice work in there. Nice. $20 on the clock. Come on now. There we go. Drive him through the sky. There we go. Soften him up. Like that, yes. Nice work. I like it. You stayed heavy on top and could...
If I don't get a title fight after this fight, I'm gonna be real salty.
I did a big play. I made a big fusion boy.
Mm.
The question I now have is, do I get to play?
Shoot and get that takedown.
I do. Oh, that was beautiful.
That's the way to shut him down.
I made a 4K beat stick and then brought back one of the materials for that 4K beat stick, who was a 3K beat stick.
Mm.
Listen, you fight like that,
It was pretty good.
Dominate. Guaranteed. Nice. Perfect.
That does sound pretty good.
Keep pushing. Push. Settle down there. Let's work. Come on now. You got 30. There we go. Settle in the side now. Excellent job. Yes, there we go. That's the position we want. Keep going. Great job. That's what I want to see. Keep him busy in the clinch and working for the takedown. Nice work.
Oh my god. Rocks are powerful. Let's go.
Oof.
Rocks.
Rock Pug.
Rock Pug.
All right, buddy. We're gonna time the shoot and get the takedown. Shoot and get that takedown. Good, good. He can't get you down. Let's go. Hey, we can always... All right, buddy. We're gonna time the shoot and get the takedown. Shoot and get that takedown. All right. Today, I want to see you work for that takedown. Let's keep busy. Keep working until you get it. Good, good. He can't get you down. Beautiful combination. Keep it up. Put the pressure on him.
What the fuck? No.
All right.
That... Dude, these challenges where you have to stay on the feet are literally impossible.
Reaction. That's the goal
Like...
today. Excellent.
Because if you sprawl, like this one, I have to be on the ground for 2 seconds, but like even if as soon as I sprawl, I'm holding the shit to get back up, I can't physically get up in time.
Oof.
Like,
Beautiful combination. I love it. Keep it up. Put the pressure on him.
oh my
Good
god.
work. Next set now.
I did it. I'm a fucking gamer.
Yo.
Good work. Now get heavy. There we
That
go.
one was
Soften him
only...
up.
I only had to stay up for 30 seconds and not 45, so I could kind of cheese my way to it, but... Like, there's no way the AI just doesn't do the thing for 45 seconds.
That's it. Yes.
Mhm.
Soften her up.
I barely got it for 30.
Hell yeah.
No worries.
But
We'll get better.
I did get it.
That's all that matters.
It's true. Doesn't matter how you get it, just as long as you get it.
Exactly.
Attack the legs, take him down, and get on top. All right? Man, your next opponent is gonna be no match for you. More. Okay? More of that. Hey, hey, make him work harder for those takedowns. You got it? That's it. That's the way. Yes, that's the way you put him on his back. Come on. There you go. Be ready. Don't stop now. You got 30 seconds. Yes, let's keep that up. All day. That was nice. I like the way you drove from the hips and exploded into that takedown.
Mm,
till we get there. Hold them there. Beautiful combination. Keep it up. Put the pressure on him. Wow! Nice! Nice posture up there. Good work. Man, your next opponent is gonna be no match for you. There we go. Drive him through the sky. Control that. All right, 30 seconds left. Nice combination. Press forward. Press forward. Nice drive there. Yes. That was nice. I like the way you drove from the hips and exploded into that takedown.
Coach liked the way I drove from the hips and exploded. Let's go.
Yo.
Attack the legs, take them down, and get on top. All right? Good work. Next set. There we go. Drive them through the sky. Circle, circle, circle. That's what I'm talking about. Timing and anticipation. There we go. Settle in the side now. There we go. Soften them up. Like that, yes. You got 30. Let's go. That's the one. Good money. All right, you got to step up your training. This fight is coming soon.
Oh, got 91 more things. That's pretty good. Level 42. I just got taken down by a kickboxer, alright.
Hell yeah.
And he's stuffing my takedowns, alright. There we go. Yep, first round definitely goes to me. Very cool. can't believe he shot for 5 takedowns. And he won't touch gloves with me.
This is so sad.
He shot for a takedown on me and I stuffed it and picked him up and slammed him. Get wrecked.
Get absolutely kachugged. Alright. I think I'm gonna pop out of here because I'm ready for bed.
Oof. I will... Oh shit, I'm gonna actually finish him. God damn it. I will probably end the stream after this fight then. I'm gonna assume my next fight will be for the title. It fucking better be. But, yeah.
I'll at least watch this last match and see how this goes.
Oof. He's going for a submission on me. Alright. That wasn't very smart of him. He's getting kind of destroyed. Actually didn't really do all that much damage to him in the second round. I mean, I did, but not a lot of health events yet.
Oh, trust me, they're coming.
Yep. Hey, oh no. Oh, he blocked it. What even? He
What
wanted me
is
to block
happening?
2 directions at what in the fuck? Well, he went for a submission and I countered it. There we go. Jesus. Yeah, I don't know what I'm supposed to do when that fucking wants me to block 2 ways at once. Don't finish him. Here we go. Thankfully, I'm
Batters
just the
going.
superior grappler. He got it. God damn it. That works. He got it. I was blogging it. What is this camera angle? There we go.
My friend, this is a roller coaster of emotion.
I'm assuming I won that round. I know I won the first two. That was...
I'm not gonna lie, you kind of got mollywopped for the first part of that last round.
Yeah. Yeah, the first part of it, he was doing some weird shit, but I brought it back. Either way, I know I won the decision.
Oh, of course, it's Cliff Ford.
30-27, yeah. Okay, I did win the last round. That was interesting. I don't know what the fuck I was supposed to defend on a couple of those transitions. He was doing
I think you
everything.
might have found your like arch nemesis right there for that
Yeah.
fight.
Yeah, he's a kickboxer too. He's not a grappler. That
He
was
was giving you
interesting.
a run for your fucking money. He was like, "Hey, you're gonna bring me to decision, but
Yeah.
you're not gonna have fun doing it."
No, I legitimately had to try for that last round. That was tough. Like, I got it, but fuck. Oof.
Either way, it was a good round. It was
It
very
was.
solid. A
And now we're
lot of
gonna
good back
see
and
who
forth.
my next fight is gonna be for the next stream. I'm assuming it'll be a title fight. If it is, I'm gonna have to think of a strategy because it's gonna be 5 rounds instead of 3. I'll probably just have to slow down the output a little bit. That's fine. Who's talking shit? Fuck you. Damn. He really doesn't like me. The amount that he likes me is 0%. That's tough. Title fight? Nope, of course it wants me to fucking... You know what, fine. He's a rival. I'll accept it.
Kick his ass. Yeah, but yeah, I'm a hop out.
Okay.
Enjoy the rest of the streaming, everybody.
I am going to end the stream here, I think. I will do it another day. I might stream like tomorrow or something.
Gotcha.
But I don't know if... I might have to look this up. I don't know if, because I'm not finishing anybody, if it's a thing where, like, if you're only winning by decision, the game just doesn't like to move you up the card. I don't know why that would be. If
If
that's
it
the
is,
case,
and
I'll
that's a
finish
very
Brunson.
silly rule.
Yeah, if that's the case, I'll knock out Brunson since he's my rival, or I might submit him. But, yeah. I will finish this another day. You have good slumber, my friend.
My friend, you as well. Goodbye.
Goodbye.